Okay, so today we're going to continue our discussion of forces. I'll start with a brief overview of the different fundamental forces or fundamental interactions in nature. Then we'll talk a little bit about friction. So there are four fundamental forces in nature, at least four that we understand. There is gravitational, which we have this little sketch about Newton sitting under a much too big apple. And gravity is what allows moons to orbit planets and planets to orbit the sun. The next key force is electromagnetic. In fact, every other force that we experience in our daily lives, or essentially every other force that we experience in our daily lives, is electromagnetic in nature. Everything from why you don't fall through the roof when you stand on it, to why you're able to think and act on the things I tell you, to why you enjoy the experience of hugging a friend or a significant other. Those are all electromagnetic in nature. There's the strong force, which holds nuclei together and holds the different components of a nucleus together, and it's tightly involved anytime we're dealing with a nuclear reaction, such as what we have at a nuclear power plant or inside the sun. And last is the weak force, which allows certain kinds of objects to change from one into another. For example, it allows a neutron to change into a proton, giving off an electron in this thing called a neutrino. It's responsible for some other kinds of radioactivity, and its most common use in your life would be in carbon dating and in a smoke detector. So that's a brief overview of the four fundamental forces. Mostly we're going to be talking about forces that are gravitational and electromagnetic in nature. We'll talk about gravity, and we'll talk about many other forces which will all be electromagnetic in nature. So now let's talk a little about friction.